What's up, you guys? It's Levi here. Welcome to the Cybersecurity Education channel. Holy smokers, guys, we got a crazy real-world story to talk about today. So crazy that my hair can't stay down. It's gonna be stuck up this whole entire video. My girlfriend fell for a phishing scam and she got phished. Not only did she get phished, but she had a ton of terrible things happen to her because she got phished. Just kidding, guys. She didn't actually get phished, but she almost got phished. Luckily, she was able to catch it before she got hit, or before she actually grabbed that hook and got phished. So props to her for being able to catch that. It would have been very, very easy for her to fall for it in the situation because of the timing of how the email came in. So today I'll be talking about how she almost got phished. I'll give you guys the story on that, as well as what would have happened had she have gotten phished. I went through and I pretended like she actually got phished and put fake information in on the various things that she would have encountered. And then most importantly, I'm going to teach you guys what you can learn from this situation. And as I'm going through how she would have gotten phished, I will give you guys pointers so that you guys don't fall for the same situation yourself. I want to put this story out there and talk about the finer points, because I want you guys to be able to learn from this situation, because it happened to somebody that was so close to me, and this situation can easily happen to you guys as well. So I want to make sure that you guys don't get hit with this yourselves, because I could see some of you guys out there falling for this. Alright, so before I get started, if you guys like this content, make sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell to help promote my content up in the YouTube algorithm so that it can get shown to more people like you to help protect themselves from these terrible cybersecurity things that we talk about on this channel, and reduce the risk of those things happening to them from the knowledge that they get from this channel. Alright, so the story starts out, I'm sitting on my couch drinking a Big Red soda because I'm a Huskers fan, and why not, right? Some Iowa's fans might be calling it Kool-Aid, but, and maybe they are right, but I'm a hardcore Husker fan, and I believe they're going to be great someday. So anyway, I'm sitting there drinking my Big Red soda, Kool-Aid. My girlfriend sends me a text, and earlier that day, she had actually just activated her Apple Watch. Levi, check out this email. Do you think it's legit? Okay, maybe that's not quite how she talks, but close enough. I, of course, told her to email it to me, and she did, and it went to my junk mail. So that should have been the first red flag that that email wasn't legit, because it did go to my junk mail. Now, it can be debatable whether the email was junk or whether maybe my email provider just thought that she was junk, but me personally, I didn't agree that she was junk, so I approved it. Not right now, anyway. So I approve her message so that I can see the email. Here's the message. It says your Apple ID has been locked, which seems pretty realistic that she would be getting this message because she had just activated her Apple Watch not much more before that. So it looks very legit if you're just skimming over it. But me being the cybersecurity expert here, I immediately noticed the from date is not an Apple address. The ending part of that is coursecoverage.info. What the crap is coursecoverage.info? This is definitely not a legit email. It's not coming from an Apple address, apple.com or whatever other domains they use. And then if you hover over the link here, you can see that it's going to a t.co. It's a shortened URL. And that's definitely not something that Apple will be using either. So I immediately shot her back a text. Hey baby, this email is not legit. Go ahead and ignore it. It is fake news. But yeah, some lessons that you guys can learn from just this step is make sure that you're checking the email sender, that you're checking the link that you're going to be clicking on to make sure those are valid and legit. And then obviously, as we talked about in previous phishing videos, make sure that the grammar, the spelling, and all that stuff looks legit as well. So yeah, the timing of this email was super incredible. That just happened to come shortly after she had activated her Apple Watch. But if you think about how these phishing scams work, these people that are sending them out are sending out millions and millions and millions of them. And when you send out that many, the chances of somebody activating an Apple device the same day that they get one of those emails is relatively high. And so people are going to fall for these things. And that's why if there's only one point that you take away from this video, I do not care what email you have to be extra careful and skim through that email and go through the process in your head to check, hey, is this sender legit? Hey, if I hover over the link, is this link legit? Hey, is the spelling and grammar okay? Are they trying to get me to do something that I wouldn't normally do, or are they putting pressure on me to do something? Things like that, you have to go through that whole process for every single email that you get, because you never know when something could be a phish or when it's not, because there's so many different emails coming that can look very legit, like this one. All right, so me being a security expert, I wanted to investigate this further as if she had fallen for this. So I set up a laptop that's isolated from the rest of my network, and then used a VPN so that my laptop couldn't potentially get infected from this. And if it did, I didn't really care, because it was a laptop I didn't give a crap about, and it was on a network I didn't give a crap about. And I did this so that you guys could learn, if you guys have clicked on the link, how you could tell signs to look for that this is a scam as well, had you fallen for the initial part of the phishing scam. All right, so I had talked about earlier, when you hover over that link, it's a shortened URL, and it's not something that Apple likely would have used, but I was interested to see where this link actually went. And if you guys see a shortened URL anywhere, I suggest that you do this before you end up clicking on one. So I went to the website, checkshorturl.com, to look this up, to see where it's actually going. And it goes to, guess what, another shortened URL, s.id. Now, why in the heck would they use another shortened URL? Well, probably to bypass link scanning or antivirus, because the more steps it has to go through, the more likely it's going to allow somebody to be able to click on those links. But anyway, if you guys end up clicking on that link, you get to this page that looks like an Apple ID login page. This page looks fairly legit, but the thing that you guys should look for here is the address up here. The very ending part of that address goes to domains_turd.business, and they get you because it looks like it says appleid.apple.com if you're only reading the first part of it. But what you guys should learn from that is the only part that matters is that ending part of the address. All right, so just a little bit of lesson on that. So a normal address that you would go to, it would be like google.com and then backslash like another address after that, or they might have something in front of that google.com such as mail.google.com. But Google could put anything that they want in front of this google.com address. And the same thing goes for attackers as well. All right, so in this instance, domainturd.com is the address that these attackers own. Actually, I think it's spelled with an ER, but I'm going to spell it with an EUR because that's the proper way to do that. So if you look at this longer representation of that, kind of like what they have in the email, I cut the longer part of it out because I didn't want to waste time adding in extra. This domainturd.com is still here, but anything before that, they can change and add whatever they want in here. That's why it's absolutely critical you pay attention to the end of the link, the very last portion of the link. And actually, I just realized in this case, they put domainturd.business, not .com, but you get the point. Anything past these first two, this and this dot whatever, can be whatever they want to put in there, so they can make it look like it's google.com, appleid.com, things like that, and then just add it on top of their link already to make you guys fall for it. So be aware of that. Make sure to watch for the ending of what it is. Don't worry about what's at the beginning of a link. All right, so you guys decide to enter your Apple ID. Now a password prompt comes up for you guys. So you go ahead and you enter a password in there.
What?
My test password wasn't longer than 6 characters, and they're checking for that. They have some really good security on this page for wanting to hack your password from it. So I had to type in a different test password that was longer than 6 characters just to make sure that I was secure. I finally log in with my fake Apple account, and I get to this: your Apple ID has been locked for security reasons.
Oh no, my Apple ID has been locked. I better click on unlock that account and make sure that I can get into my account.
So, in this situation, let's say you had fallen for this far and you see something like this. Maybe go try to go to apple.com itself and log in and see if you can get in your account. If you can, then you definitely know that your account's not locked, right? All right, anyway, so you fall for this and you get to the next page. This is where things start to get really interesting. You can see on the first, they start requesting personal information. They want your name, date of birth, phone number, address. That's something you would kind of expect to be able to recover your account, right? But you scroll down that page further and they want your social security number, which ding, 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 ding. Anytime you see a social security number being requested on a page, you need to have those red flags up immediately, because more often than not, most sites aren't going to need your social security number. So that should raise red flags for you. And then down at the bottom of the page, they want your credit card number as well, which some sites do request that when you're recovering an account, but generally it's not the full credit card information. They might want the last 4 of your credit card or something like that. So that's also a red flag that they want all of your credit card information. But it gets even more interesting. The next page, they want you to enter your bank account, routing number, and your account number. So basically now after you enter that, they have all the information that they need to be able to run electronic withdrawals from your bank account. Awesome, right? But it gets better. Not only do they want that, after you enter that information in, then they want your bank account online password and username so that they can log into your bank account. Even cooler, and they want your PIN number so that they can use your fake debit card if they create one. And just when you thought that was interesting, we get to the next page here, and they want you to upload a picture of your beautiful self. And then finally, you fall for that, you go to the last page, and they want you to upload your photo ID or your passport. So, once they have all that, they have all the information that they need to do whatever the F they want with your name and your identity. They can open financial accounts in your name. They can file taxes on your behalf. You get the point, right? Think about it. Every single piece of this information, if somebody had this, they wouldn't have a problem being able to do whatever they wanted under your name. So that's what would happen if you guys had fallen, or if my girlfriend had fallen for this phishing scam and went all the way through. It's pretty crazy, all the information that they've requested, but unfortunately, people fall for things like this, and that's why I'm doing this video for you guys. That's why it is essential that you guys make sure that you take the extra time for each email you get. And like I talked about before, the timing of this email was just insane, how it came the same day that she activated her Apple Watch. And that's why the most important thing that you guys can take away from this video is that it does not matter what email it is. You guys have to pay attention and look for phishing hints all the time for every email that you get, because the timing could be just right that somebody sends you one that looks like something you normally get. So I hope you guys are able to take this away from this video and learn from this video so that you guys don't get phished with something like this yourself. Make sure to share it out with all of your friends and family so they don't get phished as well. Also, while you're doing that, make sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to promote my content up in the YouTube algorithm to help more people like you reduce their risk for getting crappy cybersecurity stuff like this. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a great day.